This activity is called Lasting Impressions. I've sent you all a link to a Google Sheet that has everybody's name on it. We're going to start in the first tab today on our first day of camp, and then we'll come back to this activity again at the end of the week on our last day. So for the start of this activity, you're going to write your first impression of everybody in this group. I've sent you each a letter, and that letter is going to be the column that you write your first impressions in. So my letter was D. I'm going to use column D to write my first impression of everyone in the group. I'll start with writing my first impression of Kim in this cell right here. I'll write my impression of Jane in this cell. I'll write my impression of Kate in this cell, so on and so forth until I've written a first impression about everybody. There's a couple people in this group who I know quite well, and there's a couple people in this group who I've just met today for the first time. So it's okay if your first impression isn't very detailed or isn't very in-depth. It will be different for each person. But when we come back at the end of the week, we'll go to our lasting impressions tab, and you'll have an opportunity to write again about each person your lasting impression after you spent the week getting to know them. So it will be fun to contrast your first impression and your lasting impression. So for right now, just go ahead and find your column with the letter that I sent you and write your first impression about each of the people in our group.